everyone, welcome back. It's great to have you here today. In this video, we are going to go through 5 EMC style questions. I recommend trying these questions yourself first. You can find the link to the question in the description box. If you need to review the content before attempting these questions, this playlist might also be useful. Okay, so now in this question, we are given two right-angled triangles, and we are told that tan E is equal to tan F. So what we can do is to work out the ratio for tan E, which is opposite over adjacent, and that is x over 4x subtract 1. Similarly, tan F is 6x plus 5 over 12x plus 31. Now we are told that these two ratios equal to each other, therefore we can equate two fractions and solve for x. So what we can do is to cross multiply, expand the bracket, collect the like term, and then in the end we can solve this quadratic by using Farmer's field. After we put the terms into the Farmer's field, we can factorize out the common factor, and we have 3x subtract 5, 4x plus 1. By using zero trick, we can solve x for 5 over 3 or negative a quarter. Okay, so now moving on to the second question, there is a bearing involved. So we know B is on the bearing of 037 from A. So we are standing at A, looking at the B at a 37-degree angle. AB is 8 kilometers. C is 9 kilometers away from B, and it is on a bearing of 150. So now what we need to do is to find the bearing of C from A. We are standing at A looking at the C. The angle from north to A to C is the angle we are looking for. So one piece of key fact we need to know is those two north lines are parallel to each other. Therefore, we can work out this angle here is 143 because it's a corresponding angle to the 37-degree angle. Therefore, we can work out the angle ABC by using 30/60, take away 150 and 143. Okay, so what we can do is to use sine rule or cosine rule because this is not a right angle triangle. Now, I don't have enough information for sine rule because I need a pair of angle and its opposite side. So what I need to do is to work out AC first by using cosine rule. So AC squared is 8 squared plus 9 squared. Subtract 2 times 8 times 9 cos 67. So we know AC is 9.4199. Now I have one pair of angle and its opposite side. I can use sine rule. Sine x over 9 is equal to sine 67 over 9.4199. By solve for x, we can work out that angle x is 61.6 degrees, rounded to one decimal place. Now, because we need to find the bearing from A to C, so that means we always start from the north, and the bearing is 61.6 plus 37, and that gives us 98.6 degrees. Okay, so now moving on to the third question. In this question, we are told that this shape is a triangular prism. So what we can do here is to get ourselves a sketch and label its side. We are told that the cross section is an equilateral triangle. So then that means AB, AC, and BC are equal. They are all 4. BG is perpendicular to AC. And we are also told that the volume of this prism is 40 root 3. So volume of a prism we know is going to be the base area times by its height. Therefore, it's a half times AC times BG, which is the area of the base, times by height, and that is 40 root 3. Now, what we don't have is BG, but we can work it out. So I'm going to draw out triangle ABC again and label them just so that we can see what information we have. Because ABC is an equilateral triangle, therefore BG is perpendicular bisector of AC. Therefore, AG equals CJ equals 2. By using Pythagoras theorem, we can work out BG to be 2 root 3. So if we substitute the numbers into the formula, we have a half times 4 times 2 root 3 times h. That is something we don't know, and that equals 40 root 3. By solving this equation, we can work out h is 10. Okay, so now what we need to work out is the angle BCF. Let's sketch this diagram, make it easier to see. I know that the base BCDF is going to be a rectangle. We know that BC is 4 and BF is 10. To work out BCF, we need to use tangent scale factor, and that is the opposite over adjacent. To work out the angle, I need to use tangent inverse, and that gives us 68.2 degree as our final answer. Okay, so now moving on to question 4. Let's get ourselves a sketch. We know that this circle is centered at the origin. We are also told that there is a point 3, 5 is at circle C. Q is also a point that is on the circle with the coordinates Q0. So then we know this point Q is also on the x-axis, and OQ is also the radius of the circle. We are also told that R is 30, and what we need to work out is the area of the shape PQR. Okay, so first we can work out the radius of this circle because OP is the radius, P is 3, 5. Therefore, by using Pythagoras theorem, we can work out OP to be square root of 34. And then because OQ is also the radius, so then we know the coordinates of Q is root 34, 0. We know that R is 3, 0. Root 34 is roughly 5 point something. Therefore, R is going to be inside of the circle with x coordinates being 3 and y coordinate being 0. My point R is off a little bit because it has the same x coordinates as P. So it should be perpendicular right below P. However, it doesn't matter, it's a sketch. So what we can do now is to shade the area PQR. As we can see, it's a right angled triangle. So the area of this triangle is a half times base, which is RQ, and times by the height, which is PR. RQ is root 34 subtract 3, and the height is the y coordinates of P, which is 5. Therefore, the area is roughly 7.077. Okay, now moving on to the final question. Now in this question, we are told that ABCD is the base of a square pyramid. E is the vertex that is vertically above the point O. We are told that AEB is 20 degrees, and the area of this triangle is 2.09. To get ourselves a sketch of the triangle ABE, just so that we can see it easily, this is an isosceles triangle, so that means AE is equal to BE. Therefore, this height is a perpendicular bisector of the base, and also the angle bisector. AEB is 20. Dividing by 2, that gives us 10 degrees. If we look at this right-angled triangle, we can use trigonometry to work out the height A, which is 2x over tan 10. Now there's one thing I forgot to mention. The ratio of AB and OE is 4 to 7. So then that means it can be any multiple of 4. So then that means AB can be any multiple of 4 and OE can be any multiple of 7 with x being the same number. What we can work out is x because we are told that the area is 2.09. To work out the area, we do a half times base, which is 4x, times by the height, which is 2x over tan 10, and that gives us 2.09. Rearranging and solve for x, we have x being 0.3035. To work out the volume of this squared pyramid, what we need to do is a third times by the base area, which is 4x squared, times by the height is 7x. With x being 0.3035, we can work out that the volume is 1.04 centimeter cubed. That is it for today. Well done for making through to the end, especially if you have done the questions yourself. Remember, maths isn't a spectator sport. You have to keep practicing to be more fluent. Happy revising, and I'll see you in the next video.